Happy New Year! It's 2019. So what better day to discuss how last year went and the direction I want to start taking things this year. So there's going to be some big changes in 2019 because last year I hit total burnout several times over. There was a lot going on. I was having some problems at home with my son. He stopped talking and we had to work out what was going on there. We ended up coming to the decision that we want to homeschool him this year because he's meant to start school, but he's just at this point that I don't feel he's ready to actually go to a school. So we're going to be homeschooling, which means I need to concentrate on that, which means some things have to change in my business. Plus, I was finding I kept hitting burnout over and over because I spent all my time with my boys and, house chores and all those other things that we've got to do. But the time I had to work was in the evenings. And when we hit daylight saving around October, things got really messy. The boys were staying up later because, it's lighter longer and it was harder to adjust to the new time. And I was finding that I was staying up later and later to try and have time to do work. But the problem was that I was just not getting enough sleep, and so I was just totally getting burnt out, and I started to not enjoy my work as much, which, I love being creative. I love working on different projects, working with different people, and when you start to just get so burnt out, you find that the creativity just isn't flowing anymore, and you lose the joy and excitement of it all. There's nights where, I used to always be able to just put my boys to bed, be excited, get up, do some work. Whereas I was getting to the point that I just wanted to sleep. I thought, I just don't want to get up and do work. I just want to go to bed because I'm tired and I haven't been getting enough sleep. And I got to a point where I was also having dizzy spells and I had to go to the doctor to find out what was going on, and found that I was low in iron because I probably wasn't eating well enough either. And it just wasn't good. So I've had to look at how to change things in my business so that I can still keep doing these things, but in a different way that's going to work with the way things are in my life right now, and in ways that are going to light me up and make me happy, and so that I really enjoy it. So what's going to change? So I spent a lot of time last year trying to streamline and really up how I was doing client work. And in a way, I feel like I spent a lot of time on that when I could have been focusing on other things, because I've come to the decision that doing client work just isn't working out right now. I end up, it ends up with projects taking way longer than they ought to because I just haven't got the time for them. I end up not enjoying them as much because I'm just tired, and it's harder to get in that zone, because when it comes to creativity, you really need that rest, and you really need to be able to get in the zone and, think, it might not be a physical thing being creative and coming up with ideas, but it takes a lot of brain power. And so when your brain is just frazzled, it's really hard to do that. And so it becomes really difficult. And so I need to work in a lot more rest time and not as much pressure, so not having so many deadlines. And if there are deadlines, they're set by myself, so that if I go over, it's not the end of the world because I decided that was the deadline. And I can be, give myself more grace, really, because it's up to me to make those deadlines and up to me to start the projects. That, I'm not trying to meet other people's deadlines and other people's pressures. So it feels scary though, because I've been doing client work full time since 2010, but even before that I was taking on client jobs. So I've been doing this for a long time, and to me it's been something that's always been there, and I'm so used to it and it's so comfortable, and there's always this steady flow of clients. I'm never really worried about there being no work. That to put an end to that flow, it's a very scary thing to do, but I feel like I'm at the stage that it's the right thing to do though. It doesn't have to be forever. Obviously, at some point, life will get easier and there'll be more space and time, and I'll be able to get back into that again, because it's something I enjoy doing and I love working on different projects with different people. But I think the point I'm at right now, I need to take a break from it. How long that break will be, I just really don't know right now, but I feel like that's what I've got to do. So what am I going to be doing instead? What kind of projects am I talking about? So this means I'm going to be going more digital stuff. So my aim is to create resources for creatives for branding for themselves. So rather than me doing it for you. It's going to be more about helping you do it yourself. So that's by things like providing digital stuff like templates, pre-made logos, and then also working on courses, so teaching you how to do it right from scratch, like right from working out, the direction you want to go, creating all the branding parts, doing the design process, so that if you have no design knowledge, it will give you everything you need to be able to brand your own business. So this isn't about teaching other designers, because I've seen a lot of designers that then teach other designers. But what I want to do is teach people that are creative but not necessarily designers. Maybe if you're a designer but struggle with your own branding, I can help you in that. But it's all about helping creatives really let their creativity shine and make sure that their branding is communicating the right messages so that they can sell their work and get seen. So I want to help them be able to do that. So rather than that more really deep hands-on thing where I'm doing it for them, my goal now is to sort of step back and let them do it, but give them the direction and the tools and the resources they need to do that, so they can do it confidently and, with structure and a system, so that they know what they're doing and feel like, they're not, 1 minute they're doing this and that and have no idea where they're going. Because we've all been there. I know before I started graphic design, I used to just look at magazines for layout ideas. I remember thinking, I just want to know how they came up with that idea. To me, it just seemed like this total mystery. And so I want to uncover that mystery for other people, so that they're not all like, I have no idea how you come up with that. I'm giving them a real process, so it's not a confusing thing. And then by having that confidence, you'll be able to tackle those things yourself and not feel like the only way to do it is to hire someone. So this year I want there to be a big focus on rest and teaching. So obviously if I'm homeschooling, I'm going to be teaching my son, and I also want to be teaching you how to design and brand yourself. And then I want to have more rest myself, so that I have more energy and more to give for everyone, and I don't end up completely burnt out and unable to do anything for anyone. So best wishes for the new year, and if you want to join me for the ride this year, be sure to subscribe so that you can join me on this journey and learn more and more. Can't wait to see where this year takes us.